Do you come from a land down under where women glow and men plunder? Can you feel the thunder? Yes, here on Mallard Matinee, we are talking about the inaugural Mad Max movie back from 1979? 79, yeah. So this episode, we're talking all about Max. Yes, welcome back to Mallard Matinee. We are talking about Mad Max, the original Mad Max. I know there's been a game called Mad Max. There's been a ton of movies with the Mad Max logo. Probably most popular is Road Warrior and Fury Road. Fury Road probably more modern, more recently is.
Yeah, more recent.
And then Furiosa is kind of the most recent. But yeah, we're talking about the original, which I don't think many people have seen or talk about or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you know, let's introduce ourselves. Who are you?
I'm Country Boy, and my introduction to the Mad Max world was more so from other media. Like, I never watched any Mad Max movies until Fury Road was coming out. So my original like knowledge of Mad Max was, I know you had talked about it like when we were in school a bit, and like South Park like had done like a Mad Max episode. Even the TV show Reboot had like a Mad Max episode or a couple of episodes. I think Megabyte was like actually a truck in that episode. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I knew like things that kind of homaged Mad Max. I'd never actually seen anything until the new like Mad Max Fury Road came out in 2015. Then I watched all three movies leading up to Fury Road before I saw that in theaters. And then I watched this for the second time just recently.
Yeah, I think for me, like, by the way, I'm Lewis Lightning. For me, my first experience with Mad Max was actually The Road Warrior. I watched that first, and like I remember watching it. It was like late night. I was at my aunt's place. It's probably like 12. I think this is before I actually went to Australia, but I was like just a little kid, and it was like 12 to 14. We'll say somewhere there, and like it's late at night, like after midnight. I'd say 1 a.m. and this movie was playing on her cable TV, and I watched Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. I was like, oh, sweet. And then, like, you know, grew up. I was like, oh, I want to watch all the Mad Max movies. And I found them at, like, I've been in Walmart, and I got, Mad Max original. Like, okay, I'm going to watch them all. I got this. I got Beyond Thunderdome. Mm-hmm. This was before Fury Road was a thing. Yeah. So I got them, and I watched them all. But, yeah, I watched it probably once before, like, way back when. And it was, I thought it was pretty rough then. So I suggested it for our post-apocalypse month. Yeah. Or maybe it's just apocalypse month. We haven't.
We're crossing out the post, and it's just going to be apocalypse month because we picked movies that are kind of in the middle of the apocalypse.
While the Road Warrior is definitely post-apocalypse, this one is still on the verge of, there is a little bit of a society still hanging on by a thread. Yeah. Things are going downhill.
Like, they still have, like, restaurants and, like, a tire shop.
Oh, yeah.
There's still, like, society still has its...
There's still a Hall of Justice, which is really weird.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like a government of sorts.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was my first experience, and yes, I brought it up to watch it again. But as we do, we'll go through the cast here, and, I mean, I can name off the top of my head, at least Mel Gibson. Yeah,
Mel Gibson is the name that you're going to know for sure.
He is the titular Mad Max, or Max Rockatansky, which I don't know if they ever say Rockatansky.
They do say it. In this movie, they do say Rockatansky, because throughout the movie, I was thinking, what the hell is his last name? I remembered it, and then they said it, and I was like, oh yeah, Rockatansky. So I had to write it down to make sure, because they do say, I think they just say him, like they acknowledge him as Rockatansky at one point, like on the radio. Okay. So that's how you knew that's his last name.
It's a very Australian name, obviously.
Yeah, everybody knows it's the Rockatanskys.
So I'll say with him, like, I thought he's pretty good. Like, obviously he's fresh faced here. This is I don't know if it's his first acting gig or if he did much before this, but he's good. He's good. I think he's really good. Like when he talks, it does feel like it's from the heart. Like he's an actual being and character in this world. Yeah. But he still feels it's just so weird seeing him so fresh-faced, knowing the stuff he's going to do later.
And knowing him after the fact of all that stuff that he's done, Braveheart and Lethal Weapon and all that stuff.
It seems a lot cleaner here. I don't know. Not just physically, I just mean like...
Well, I guess he was still in like acting school at this time when he got this job. He only got like paid $10,000 to do this role. Yeah. And to be like the main lead of a I guess not a big budget movie, but of a franchise that becomes such a big role.
So yeah, what are your thoughts on him?
Mel Gibson, yeah, he is the lead character, and he does a good job. He definitely has that lead character quality. He's a handsome looking man. He's not as rugged as he is later on, like we said, as an adult, as a more grown up man. But he definitely does a good job. And something I'm always confused about is I know that he was born in the States and they moved to Australia when he was young.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, and so did he actually have an Australian accent, or did he create one while he was living in Australia, or for this movie?
Were his parents Australian?
No, I don't think they are Australian. I think they moved there for work for his parents. I think he was like 4 or something like that when he moved. So he was quite young when he did move to Australia. I never understood. Does he actually have an Australian accent, or does he have one for this movie? Because listening to him nowadays, he has an American accent. He sounds completely American.
I think there's a little bit of gruffness, which that's what I always attributed to like Australia, like kind of being some of the bush people have a little bit of gruffer tone. But that's what I always thought. I never knew he was American originally.
Yeah, but I think people say that he's from Australia because he lived most of his child and into his adulthood to become Australian. I think he has dual citizenship that ways too. But yeah, I always wondered, does he actually have that accent, or did he have an accent back then, or did he create one just to fit in with the movie? I always wondered that. But he does a good job. He does a good job as Max.
Oh, you got the cast list? I failed to do this.
So his wife... Jessie is played by Joanne Samuel. What do you think about?
I actually liked her a lot. Like, not someone that we know of nowadays. She's maybe this is her only role. I don't know. She reminds me both of Jennifer Grey and the actress who was Ferris Bueller's girlfriend in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay.
Like a mix of those two. I see her and I keep thinking of that, and that's the vibe she gets me. And I liked her. I liked her in this movie. I was like, wow, she could have done more. I liked her quite a lot as a character, although she's definitely like that nice. They are married, I think, girlfriend.
Yeah. They're husband and wife.
She feels like I said, those previous characters. She feels like that to me, kind of like a little bit spunky, not overly so, but she is. She's not as I don't want to say boring as Max, but Max is really focused on doing. Taking care of his family, whatever. And she likes to have a little fun. She likes to, let's go get ice cream. Let's do this.
He's definitely more serious. He's a cop, so he's got to, do his job.
She brought that light side to his life.
And I liked her as well, too. I actually believed their relationship as well, too. I thought they were a good combo, like a good husband and wife combination. And I believed their relationship. I believed her as a mother as well, too. I thought she was a believable actress. For like a smaller acting role or a smaller budget movie, I think the two of them were two of the better actors in this movie. I would say
she did a lot of kissing. Like I was like, oh, was that really all necessary? But like they're totally doing like she's just kissing like along the top lip, like not actually lip to lip. She's actually going high or low or whatever. But it just seems like sometimes that she's. Well, I think it's more her that she wants to kiss him more. Like she's just doing this because she can kiss Mel Gibson, who's maybe attractive in that time frame. I don't know.
I think he's still attractive now.
Well, yeah, but I don't know what he thought of back then. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, he might not be as attractive to other people because of all his, Well, we won't get into the politics of Mel Gibson. But the next guy we'll talk about is Toe Cutter. He's the bad guy. Hugh Keys Byrne is the actor.
So we have seen him again since this movie. Unlike most people in this film.
Yes, in another Mad Max movie.
Mad Max, and was he briefly? I think he's briefly in Furiosa as well. He's like.
Furiosa? No, he died before Furiosa was made.
Well, there's scenes where he's like confronting what's the guy? Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, his character, but he didn't play him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the actor had passed on before.
I thought maybe they filmed a couple of those scenes or something.
No, I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure it was a new actor, which worked out because his mask was covered anyway, so he wore clothes.
But I would say in Fury Road, he's definitely a better matured actor. Here he comes off a little bit like, a guy in school who's popular and stuff, and people kind of let him, oh yeah, you should do this or whatever, and he's kind of goofy and stuff. Yeah. But if you're not inside that circle, that school circle, he's not really that great of an actor. He does kind of have that weird, like, you don't really know what's going on in his head vibe.
Yeah, he's psychotic. Yeah.
But when he tries to be a little bit like, I don't know, like Joker-esque, like kind of laughing, whatever, it loses it for me. Like, he just doesn't have that intimidation with his maniacal part, I guess.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Like, I think definitely a better actor later on in his life, In this movie, it's a little overacting, or maybe just unsure of how to act. So it's kind of hammy the way he acts a little bit. So yeah, he's a bad guy, and it's like he's got to make it known that he's a bad guy. He's maniacal, and it's not as believable as like Mel Gibson's character or his wife's character as well too. He was good. He's the bad guy. He's the main bad guy. Yeah. But still, it wasn't the greatest acting, I would say.
Yeah. I can't remember what I was gonna say now about him, but yeah, like I something about just in general this movie, and he's part of it. Is I find like a lot of '70s movies, they like to play up like these guys who are like doing these hooting and hollering and whistling, kind of goofiness as an intimidation thing. And to me, it never lands. At least in the '70s, it does not land. And this was a big part of that. Maybe that's part of the direction that his character comes off not so good, at least in my opinion.
He's the leader of the biker gang, and he's...
Well, like the Warriors, like they kind of do that in that movie too. Like, hey Warriors, come out and play. Sometimes it works better than others, but it happens so often in that time frame of movies.
Early 80s, late 70s sort of thing. And then I'll say like Mel Gibson's best buddy, his partner, Jim Goose, Steve Bisley. Was the guy. I
think he had a lot of character, and I wish he was around longer in the movie.
I agree. I really liked his character.
He needed more development. He needed like a beach volleyball scene, like the other Goose, to develop.
I was almost like, did they name Goose from Maverick after this guy because he's like his best buddy, and he doesn't get killed. I guess he gets burned. Yeah. But it's a similar kind of thing. Like the bad guys take him. I guess the bad guys don't take out Goose. Whatever. But yeah, I was just wondering if they kind of used Goose as use Goose in Maverick.
But yeah, I like him a lot. He is definitely like kind of like the smart aleck guy between the two, Max and him. But yeah, he's like the vibrant one, full of life and stuff, and then he gets offed, which is one of the first things that sets off Max. Yeah. Like it doesn't put him all the way over the edge, but like. It definitely initiates things, and he even says something about, "Oh, he was so full of life. I don't know what that is in that bed because he's burnt."
Like, that isn't Goose, he says about him.
That thing or something.
Yeah, I liked of the main actors. I say Mel and his wife are probably the two best. I'd say he's up there kind of with them as a good actor, and I liked his character as well too. And like, he was really upset when they were letting go of Johnny the kid. Because I guess the legal bullshit, some lawyers came.
Because no one showed up for him like that we don't have anything. It's like, what? Yeah. No, he did the crime. That's not how law works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in this post-apocalyptic world...
It is Australia where everyone's criminals.
It's true. It's Australia. You never know. Things are different down there. That's where they send all the criminals.
It's all backwards.
So yeah, I liked him. He was really mad at that fact and then Johnny got the better of him. He's the one that burned him up.
Yeah, it's funny because he's like the big instigating factor for all of this. I mean, I guess Knight Rider initiates things, but Johnny really pushes it when he starts, getting into Goose's face over like their little back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll just say Johnny is the last guy I have on the list here. Johnny the boy. Tim Burns is the actor. So I liked him as well. I actually thought he was a better actor than Toe Cutter. I guess he kind of hams it up a little bit too as a bad guy. Yeah. He's kind of weaselly, but I thought he did a good job in his role, better than Toe Cutter did as the macho, like the one being in charge bad guy.
I wish he just wasn't so much involved. Like I don't feel like he deserved that much time for his character. Mm-hmm. Like he's kind of weaselly, but he actually has like a lot of moments where big stuff happens. Like he's in the beach scene where like they shoot that mannequin and then he gets taken into the water, which I don't know what happens in the water. He just kind of fades out and then I thought he was going to drown Johnny, but I guess he didn't. And then he's in the jail.
And also, he out survives Toe Cutter too. Like he lives longer than Toe Cutter.
He's the final one of the gang, unless there was someone we missed.
I did like his comeuppance though at the end though with Mel Gibson Max getting revenge, kind of similar to how he burned up his buddy Jimmy Goose.
Yeah. Saw-esque kind of scenario.
Yes. Yeah, I mentioned that. I didn't know this movie turned into Saw at the end, dude. You could have Hacksaw.
There is one other character. I just want to point him out because to me he's just really memorable. I don't know the actor's name, but the police chief in this.
Okay.
He's like a big guy, first of all.
Yeah.
And he's got a really distinct look where he's almost bald. He's not quite. He's got like a little bit of hair. Mm-hmm. he reminds me of Monterey Jack from Rescue
from
Rangers.
Rescue Rangers.
I was looking him up and stuff, and I'm like,
did somebody say cheese?
One of his credits for his television credits was he played a blackguard in Professor Poop Snaggle's Steam Zeppelin.
Oh, I remember that one.
That's the name of it. I'm not making it up. So it's like, yeah, I like that guy too. I'm like, hey, let's see him in more stuff. Apparently, he was like a bigger actor in Australia.
Okay.
So it'd just be kind of weird. And he was still acting as early as like 2022, I think I saw him.
Oh shit!
So like, he's still around.
Older guy. He was probably like what his 50s maybe in this movie.
But I just imagine him like being like, yeah, I was a big time guy, and then I worked with Mel Gibson when he was just starting out.
Yeah, I showed Mel Gibson the ropes. That's what he says.
So then we went through all the actors. Do you want to maybe kind of lead off on the story, at least how it starts?
So I'll say this is a movie that I feel like it doesn't have much of a direction, and that's kind of one of the things that bugs me about it. Is I feel like there isn't much story to it. It starts off. It tells you that like the world has kind of ended. That it's an apocalyptic state.
Well,
and
it says sometime in the future, sometime in the near future, I think.
Yeah, so I do like that about movies sometimes when they don't state an actual date. They just say in the future, so it can be like from today, it's in the future.
But an interesting thing is George Miller has said that the only reason they did that is because they couldn't really film anywhere nice for like the locales and stuff. It was cheaper for them to do all this in dingy locations. So like, we'll just say this is like a post-apocalypse kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they put that little thing in there. Pretty much towards the end of the movie, they put that in there, saying sometime in the future that this is like a future.
So was it not supposed to be like a post-apocalyptic movie originally?
As the screenplay was written, not really.
It was just supposed to be like a dirty part of Australia?
Australia, I guess.
Okay. So is that like what their police cars look like and stuff?
Not really, not that I know of.
I guess they don't look like police cars to me at all. And all the cars are like souped up vehicles. They're all like something you wouldn't do in a post-apocalypse is have the most gas guzzling vehicles.
I feel like a lot of this was like people who were a part of the crew was like, we have a lot of cars. Let's show off our cars, our car collection. We can do tricks and stuff because that's often what movies do, like amateur-esque movies do, where they're like, well, we have access to a lion.
Well, it shows that you have some money, right?
You
got this really souped up vehicle. You got these fast cars, these hot rods. It gives you like that little synopsis at the very beginning, and then it starts off. There's a couple of cops, and then one guy is kind of he's got his gun, and he's spying on these two people and screwing out in a field.
Which is like, wow, like first 5 minutes we're watching like people getting like fucking.
Yeah, people are just doing it out in the middle of a field, and this guy is just
getting off to it,
watching it. And then they get a call on the radio saying that there's a cop killer on the way or something like that. So they start chasing it down. There's this guy in a souped up car, and they're chasing it down.
Yeah.
It's a whole car chase scene. And you know what? I'll say what I did like about this is like part of this is like the crashes and stuff. They did a good job of the crashes.
They look raw, like they're not overly produced. And like I have like. I said pretty sweet car chase to start, crashing through signs. Like they went right through signs.
Yeah.
And they're going sideways and they're skidding out. I'm like, it's not a huge thing like pyrotechnics or whatever, but it was real. Like someone actually went and did that. I'm like, that is fucking good.
Or like the family parked on the middle of the road with their RV and they drove right through there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But you can tell like when they drive through, like this thing's been completely gutted.
Yes.
Yes. But that's a big sign immediately that's like, okay, this is not post-apocalypse. Like I don't think people go on vacation in the apocalypse.
Exactly. Like they're going on vacation later on. Max and his family are going on vacation.
Yeah. So, but it's like, I don't know if I want to go in that. Like when roving gangs just show up and start killing people or like raping people.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they ever show the rape, but that woman that they find later, something happened.
She's very startled. She's attached to a chain.
And her boyfriend might have been raped because he had no pants.
True, he was out in the field had no pants on. He was the one in the field. Yeah. And it was Johnny that was like stoned out that was attached to the seat there. And that was a car. Like, did they actually destroy that car? Because that was a nice like classic car. It was like the Roadster.
Oh, the red one.
The red one. That
it was. I was surprised that
they actually destroy that. Like that's too bad because it was a nice looking car.
But yeah, so they're chasing Knight Rider first. That's what we're getting a little bit ahead of it.
Yeah.
Chasing Knight Rider, and like these other cops, they crash out. There's two cars with two people in each one. They crash out, and even one of them gets like a second attempt to Trigo. They crash out. The motorcycle cop, which is Max's buddy, he like spins out. He's fine, but he like skids out, and he's even goofy about it. He's like, "Whoa, how do you wind up there?" He's like, "I don't know, I just got here," or something. Like he's just making jokes about his crash. But then once they can't catch him, like, okay, we gotta get Max. So they call in Max, who comes down the road. And he just like chicken headlong drives at Knight Rider, who's with his girlfriend, which the one female in the gang. I got to point that out. She's like the one woman we see in the whole gang. Yeah. And given that they're a very rapey gang, because that woman we see earlier, they seemingly try to get Max's wife when she's getting ice cream later on for that same purpose. I don't know. So
she just like the crew bicycle. Everybody has a ride, you know.
Yeah. But and then they do the chicken thing, and what's his name? Knight Rider kind of loses his cool, and eventually they're chasing each other down the road, and they come over a hill, and it swerves for a vehicle, and Knight Rider dies. And they do this whole thing where like you see his eyes, and they just go wide.
Yes, that's not the only time that they do that.
They love using it. They do it multiple times. Yeah. But so then afterwards, Knight Rider's dead. It kind of gets announced, whatever would happen on the news. And then all his buddies come, which is Toe Cutter's leader of the gang, and then probably another 15 guys. Yeah,
there was, I think I counted like 16 or 18 bikes or something like that. It was quite a bit.
So they come to town to pick up his remains, but they want revenge on the cops. And
they just, cause chaos wherever they go. They're
kind of goofy.
They're basically the River Bottom gang in...
They're mischievous, but they go too far, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, they're not quite to the extent... River Bottom gang aren't quite to the extent of these guys. From M&I.
Like, there's a guy who's... Like, they're bugging some guy, just some kid on the street, and he, like, kind of gives him a gentle shove to get away from him. He's like, push me, shove you, push me. And they start chasing this guy, and they start pushing him around. He runs to a building. They end up throwing him out of the building, and, like... They start beating him and stuff. Yeah. Just like, because the guy didn't want you guys pestering him. That was the whole reason. So they're just, bad.
Yeah, they're a bad gang. They're just a roving gang that just causes chaos wherever they go. Yeah. So then they get to town, and they have an incident with that woman and the guy in the roadster. Yeah, that's where the guy and the girl in the roadster, they take off trying to get away from the bikers. Yeah. And obviously they don't get away because you find them later on. He's like pantsless in the field, and she's chained up, and you can see she's definitely got some shock to her. Yeah. But Johnny's left there because he's all strung out from whatever the hell he was doing. He's coked out or on something, on Molly or whatever. So the cops take him in, and they were kind of after the cops anyways, right? They use it all as a big setup. For some reason, Johnny can't be held for what was happening because no one showed up to claim him or something. It didn't make sense to me, but hey. We don't get the courtroom scenes. We just see these people come in waving papers and stuff. That's why it doesn't really make sense as a non-apocalypse movie, because you can't just do that. Yeah. But again, maybe I don't know. George Miller just like whatever. I don't want to get too much into it. I just want to have him back out on the road. And then so they kind of use that whole setup, the bad guys to lure out Max's friend Goose, who took it kind of personally that this Johnny gets away. Yeah. And just to make it clear, they're keeping Max in the force because Max is like their best officer, and they want him to be like a hero for the people. The chief, anyways, says that several times. They give him this really sweet car as to entice him to stay because they were thinking he's going to retire at some point. But then Goose goes out on the road. And they fucked with his bike, and he crashes. Fine, he's fine. That was why did he crash? I didn't understand that. He was just driving, and it shows him weaving in and on the road, and all of a sudden he's just like, whoa! I think they maybe loosened something so they knew it was going to come off when he took a turn too sharp or something, or a certain amount of time. That's how I figured it. Because I didn't get it. I didn't understand why he crashed. But then he's fine, completely fine it seems. Gets a ride back with the guy, and on the way back, then they he takes that guy's the truck. The guy comes with the truck to help him. He puts his bike in the back of the truck, and he's driving back. I'm trying to remember how they get him off the road. And they steer. Did they chase him off the road? I can't remember. But he crashes that too. Yeah. He goes over a cliff or over a ditch and crashes. He crashes that, and then he's stuck in. He's upside down. And the fuel's leaking out, and
Johnny and Toe Cutter are there, and Johnny, because he got captured, and I don't know, maybe because he was strung out, they're like, you have to prove yourself now, and they want Johnny to light him on fire, and Johnny kind of reluctantly does. He's kind of forced into it.
Doesn't want to, but he's also like scared of Toe Cutter, so he kind of does what he says.
And Goose ends up like burnt. We don't really see him.
No,
he's like in this tent, like I assume it's an oxygen tent, and Max comes to see him, and you see like his hand fall out.
Yeah, it's all burnt up.
Which is not very good.
The makeup is definitely...
It's more black than like red or burnt.
Yeah, there's no blisters or anything. It's definitely like very easy makeup that you could probably do at home.
And you see like Max pulls back the sheet, but you don't get to see yourself as the audience. Like he sees this and he like kind of freaks out because like Goose was a pretty jovial guy. He was kind of easygoing, whatever, and now he's just fucked up.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be the same now.
So then he's like, was that when he says he's gonna retire? I'm trying to remember if that's when he says he's gonna retire.
I don't remember if he said that.
He's trying to tell the chief he quits. Yeah. He's quitting the force. And he's like, no, just take a holiday, you take a vacation. Yeah. So Max takes his wife and kid, and they go on a holiday. I don't know where they're going.
It's like an acreage that has a nice house and like a lake nearby.
Well, they go to a few places. They go to a couple beaches. Like there's a few places they stop. But like on the way, his wife wants to get ice cream while he's getting his tire fixed, and the guys happen to be there. The gang happens to be there, and they're trying to get rapey with her. Yeah. And she like nuts Toe Cutter. Yeah. This guy tries to chain the car. Oh yeah. Rips his hand right off. Yeah, that's brutal. That's about all it is. He lost his hand. They bring it up later, but he doesn't get revenge like Johnny gets revenge.
Well, he asked for his arm back or his hand. He's like, what says he wants his hand
back? They give it to the cop.
Yeah. It's like in a bag, his hand.
So if someone comes to claim it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so then they want revenge against her. I don't think they really even know about Max at that point. Like he's the same cop that would have.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that they know there's a relationship between the cop and this woman.
Because those other cops like almost never reappear aside from when Max comes to get his car. Yeah. Because eventually they follow them on their vacation and they get Max's wife kind of separated. Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's a really weird scenario because she's down through these woods on a beach. Yeah. With her dog, and that dog gets like killed. But like she gets freaked out because they're doing this hooping and hollering and whistling and trying to be creepy guys, and she runs back to.
And then the one yokel is like runs into her.
He is mentally handicapped.
Yeah.
So there's not really much of. There's a little bit of a lead in where the old lady they're with, who's maybe their family. I don't know.
I think that's her son or something. That
yeah. He's like, oh, he's just a big child, and she thinks this old lady thinks that he frightened her.
Yeah, that's what they think.
But it wasn't. It was all the other guys. Yeah. But I don't know why he's even needed in the movie.
That was all it was. It's just to give her a scare, and then make the lady think, oh, okay, it was just him. It wasn't this.
So Max goes down to the woods or whatever, try to find these guys, and while she's at the house, kind of like trying to calm down, she realizes her kid was left out there. The kid was captured with the bikers, and I'm like, so the bikers went all the way around? Like, how did they get from the forest on the one side to the opposite side where the kid was, and no one noticed them or anything? It's really confusing.
Especially with bikes. Bikes are pretty loud.
I'm assuming that they, like, because they were running through the woods, that maybe they ran. But I mean, they'd have to run all the way around, and no one noticed.
They're very determined and secretive, I guess, these guys.
But then the old lady at the farm gets the kid back and the wife, and it gets all the guys into a shed, which they easily break out of. And they come and chase her. It's so convoluted, that whole part.
Apparently, I read that shed door, like it wasn't set up to be broken out or anything like that. They actually had to break out of this door. It was just a shed.
You can see like a stone is starting to break on it when they're hitting on it, right?
It wasn't actually set up or made for the movie. It was just a shed door, and they're like, hey, you guys break out.
Well, the stones start to move, and then like the scene cuts, and then the hinges are suddenly a lot looser, and then it breaks down. It's like, oh, but yeah. Another weird thing happens where her and the old lady get in the car and just fucking take off down the road.
Crash the gate.
Well, they leave Max. Yeah. They don't even go back for Max and the big.
He can take care of himself. He's a cop. He's got a gun. He can take care of himself.
I know, but like 2 guns are better than 1 because that woman takes 1 shot.
Yeah. If does blast the one dude off the bike.
Did she hit someone?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she hit someone. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I think she hit somebody.
But yeah.
I don't know.
and then Max and his wife are running down the road, and they get run over by the biker gang, and they don't even stop to check. They just run her over and just keep driving.
Yeah, they just drive right through.
You find, like, Max finds them, it's too late, and in the hospital you find out the kid died, and his wife, maybe, they say she's gonna make it, but, like, she's not doing well.
Did they say that? Oh, okay, I can't remember what they said about her.
Well, I think they say tell the husband she's gonna be alright, and, like, I don't know if they were being, like, just trying to calm him down because he was acting out, or if that was true. Because they do say that she's got all these, like, brain damage and other stuff.
I'll say one thing I love, because it's the 70s, is whenever they put the car in the kid in the vehicle, they just open up the back hatch and put him in the back. Like, there's no car seat, no, it doesn't buckle him in or anything. He's just sitting roving loose in the back of the whatever their car that they have there, the station wagon. Like, that's totally a 70s thing. I remember doing that as a kid too.
Yeah, and then, like, so Max is, like, kind of catatonic, but eventually he just snaps out of it. And he just goes back to the police station, gets that super sweet car that they had that tried to entice him with, and he just goes on and he
puts on his leather chaps and all that stuff.
He just starts mowing them down. Like, he drives right into bikers and takes them out on the road.
Yeah. And this is more of like the Mad Max that you're probably familiar with in later versions of Mad Max movies.
And there is, like, a part where he's, like, comes at these guys on a bridge and he hits them, they all go flying. But you see, like, they show these people after the fact, like, landing, and some guy skids out and a bike comes, and the tire of the bike, like, this is not, like, part of the film they did as good. This is just actually the stunt. That the bike comes over and it hits him in the head. I was like, oh, that's real.
I'm curious, like, if anybody got, like, injured doing this movie, because they didn't have, like, professional stunt people. At least I don't think so, because there was a limited budget for this thing. It was big. George Miller was just like a doctor. I think he was a surgeon, and he just wanted to make a movie, so he made the money to make this movie himself. I was like, did people get hurt making this movie? It was like the back of the head, like a tire. Like, I saw that too. I was like, whoa, this is real.
But yeah, it gets like, and it's Max is very Punisher-esque. That's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
Punisher loses his family. He goes psycho, starts killing all the criminals.
100%.
This is exactly the same thing.
That's exactly what I thought too. Is like, okay, he loses his wife and kid, and he goes on a revenge tear, and that's the Punisher's whole backstory too. And
even, like, his revenge, like, it doesn't build a whole lot. Like, he takes out a lot of them easily, no problem whatsoever. He does. I think the guy's name is Bubba, who's got this weird look. He's, like, platinum blonde, and he's got heavy eyeshadow, and, like, he talks different, and he knows. He's the one guy who kind of, like, talks back to Toe Cutter in the gang.
Yeah. And
they end up, like, trying to ambush Max at one point, where Johnny, his name's Johnny the Kid?
Johnny the Kid, yeah.
Johnny the Kid, like, looks like he crashed through the fence and he's hurt, and Max goes to go see him, and he gets shot in the leg.
Yeah. Because
they ambushed him, and then they run over his hand as he reaches for his shotgun. But yeah, Bubba gets killed there, and then Max goes chases Toe Cutter, and, like, Toe Cutter's death is pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah, he wasn't the one that actually got to do it.
Yeah, Max is chasing him, and he's, like, right on his ass on the bike, and then Toe Cutter just drives him to a big semi, and you see, like, I'm assuming it's like a mannequin or whatever it is. It gets, like, stuck under the undercarriage for a bit.
And there's when you see the big eyes again.
Yeah, big eyes again.
Yeah, it's like it's awkward. It's odd. It's like I don't know how they did it. Did they actually do something that had big eyes?
I think they had a guy who could do that. They just filmed them multiple times.
Yeah, just like the terrified look right before death is basically what it was.
And Johnny's, like, the last one who survives out of that gang, but he gets, like, this, like, Max finds him. There's some kind of crash happened, and Johnny was trying to, like, loot this guy's boots and stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like he was chasing him for days, because it goes to like a day and night cycle as he's chasing him on the road, and then it's like you see the fields and he's chasing on the road, and then it's like nighttime, then it's daytime again. It's like, how does he even know where he is?
Yeah, that's a lot of the stuff. Like, how did the gang know where Max was? Like, they're out in the woods and stuff. And he's finding him out in the woods. All they heard from the gas station attendants that they went north. Yeah, and it's like, that's a pretty.
Is there one road that goes north that everybody knows? It just goes to this lake.
There's only one road in Australia. Just like there's one road in Canada.
That's what it is. Follow the only road.
Yeah.
Follow the only road.
So it's just a lot of questionable stuff like that.
Yes.
But yeah, then he gets, he puts Johnny in this saw-like situation and blows up, which is a cool scene. He just doesn't look back, just driving down the road.
I thought it was great. It's like he knows he's getting this guy. his comeuppance because of what he did for Jimmy Goose, and he just chains him to the vehicle, and then gives him a saw. It says, "You got about 5 minutes to saw through your leg, or 10 minutes to saw through the metal.
Yeah.
Choose."
Yeah, and then that's it. Like I think he just rides off down the road, right? And the credits start rolling.
That was the end. I think it's just him driving off.
So it's. I think you like what you really probably want to see is the last 20 minutes of the movie when Max goes on his tear.
Yeah,
but
like I mentioned, we mentioned the beginning chase scene was pretty good too. Like I still enjoyed that as well too. But I just didn't like how aimless this movie was. It wasn't much in the way of a story. It just kind of things happened, and you're kind of like questioning, okay, why is this biker gang at this town, and why are they destroying everything and being complete assholes?
Yeah.
And it doesn't really make sense, a lot of it. It just happens because it happens.
Society's falling apart, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all you can really get.
Yeah.
And it's weird because all the time is like when they're meeting with like the cops with Johnny, or not the cops, like the judges or whatever we would call them, the legal people, and they're talking about like how they let Johnny go. It's like in this weird dingy building with like nothing going on, and they're talking to these people. But then you get other scenes where like they go to like a cabaret bar, which is full of people.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's
acting like normal, like everything's normal.
And a lot of the stuff on the streets, there's like no one at all in these towns. There's like one or two people. But then you get scenes where it's full of people. And it's just like, it seems so weird. It's quite clearly a result of this is a small production.
And I read too, like a lot of the extras in the movie, they got paid by beer, apparently.
By beer?
Yeah, they didn't get actually a salary, they just paid them in beer.
I was going to say at the end, I noted how many like actual companies were in, like Dunlop was part of it.
You can see the bike. I don't know if the bikes.
Some of the bikes. I don't say Honda, Kawasaki.
I
definitely saw those.
I don't know if they would be invested in this movie.
Well, they were credited at the end. There was other ones that weren't. I know, there was a building in the background at one point. I want to say it was like I don't know, Audi or Mazda or something, but it wasn't in the credits. Like, so they just drove by Volvo. It was Volvo. In the background. It wasn't in there. I was like, you guys just filmed this and you use their company's image in there without actually getting any credit.
The beginning chase scene, there was not it's not important or anything like that. I'm just wondering, there was a dead rabbit on the side of the road. I was wondering, was that placed there, or did they accidentally just like film a dead rabbit just laying there as they were filming cars chasing?
I do not remember that part.
It wasn't an important thing. It was just literally in the corner of the screen as they were driving by the cars. I was like, oh, there's a dead rabbit there. Is that on purpose? Why would they put that there?
I know there was a part where like I wrote down like where the couple in the red car, like I said, there's a weird crow transition when the couple in the car get attacked. Like there's crows just shoot out, but it's like that's all we see. That one transition when these crows show up, and it's like, what the hell was that about?
Was
it supposed to symbolize something? Because it never. It's not like a theme.
It symbolizes death.
And there's other things that bother me, like how they knew where Goose was. Like, he went on his bike and they sabotaged it, sure. But they didn't know where he was going.
Yeah.
And then they didn't see him crash. He met this other guy, put his bike in the back, took a completely different truck, but they know where the truck is going to go.
Yeah, true. It was totally separate vehicles going to
how did they fucking know all that?
They were following him, man. They were following him. I'll say, like, for a movie that's like post-apocalyptic, there was a lot of grass and greenery and trees, whereas you don't get that much nearly in any of the other movies. You get like, some grass and stuff in Road Warrior. It's not nearly to this amount, but it definitely is a lot more sandy in the following movies.
In the Road Warrior, it feels like, in the Road Warrior, and I think Thunderdome too, it feels like those are kind of like the small oases that are an exception to the rule. Because like in Road Warrior and stuff, like global warming kind of takes over, and the fossil fuels really fuck that up.
Yeah,
it's kind of the thing. Here, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
so things are still relatively green everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's pigeons in the wood. I was like, I've never seen pigeons just hanging out in the woods. When she's running through the woods, like they just fly up in her face at one point.
Australia, man, they do different things down there with their birds.
And there was like that dog being like just hanging from the tree. You don't even see it. Like you hear it barking at one point, and then next thing you know, she just kind of runs into its hanging body.
Yeah, pretty brutal.
And then I like the garage where I didn't notice it the first time we saw it, but later on when Max goes back to get there,
When you see all the vehicles inside?
when he goes back to get that car, just how like the arches go into the ceiling. That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a like old type of a building. Definitely something that you would see nowadays.
Yeah. So that's most of it. Like this, it's very kind of thin plot. Like it's a revenge story.
Is there even a plot? That's what I'm saying. It just kind of things happen. It's a revenge story. And the revenge story doesn't start until like the last 20, 30 minutes of the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
After his wife or I don't know, I guess he still kind of wants revenge for Jim Goose, but he kind of retires, so he doesn't even want to do it right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
I think that Goose kind of like shakes him from the force. He's like, I don't want to, put my family and other friends into this anymore.
Yeah.
But then when it finds him anyways, he's like, that's what sets him off.
Yeah, true.
And what's with that old man mask? He uses it at one point when they're like at their house, as I guess is their joke thing, although we don't really see how it's used.
Yeah. And
then later on, like after I think she's in the hospital, he like pulls it out and he's looking at it like, I don't understand why you think this is so special.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, I guess in the first chase scene too, we didn't mention like the other cops that were in that car. Like they smashed their vehicle when they went through the RV, and the one guy, his throat kind of got cut.
And he gets the thing.
Yeah, I was like, who's the guy with the voice modulator? Oh, that's the guy that got his throat cut. Okay. Yeah. That was kind of cool that they gave him that. I thought he almost like died when he got his throat slit, but it was just
Another thing
didn't speak.
Like the kid in that, like Max's kid, it feels like a prop because like when they go on vacation, there's not a whole lot of scenes where they're with the baby. Like it shows them going for a picnic and he tackles her to the ground and they're kind of rolling around and stuff. You almost never see any scenes with a kid until it's like scenes where he gets kidnapped or run over. Yeah. Like what was the kid's name? I want to say it was like Rolf or something.
I don't even know.
Ronald.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was she says it when she's in the house, like thinking, oh she goes out and starts calling him, but like I can't tell she's saying Rolf or Rolled. I don't know what it is.
Road doll.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's time for the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
I'll let you lead off with the good.
Okay, I'll do it good. So we mentioned it already. Despite the low budget, I thought the crashes were done. Like they were very, very real, very raw. Like I loved like seeing like the cop car crash or going through the RV or even like the bikes crashing. It looked very real. It didn't look Hollywood-esque. It was real well done for the budget that they had for this movie. That was my favorite parts of the movie.
I had two, and one of them was with the car stunts, so you took that. The other one I was going to say, the crumbling and rough-looking environments, like, they felt very natural, which they probably were.
I'm sure they are. Is it probably just, like, abandoned towns that are in Australia?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was in Australia, and it's, like, it's definitely not like that everywhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you have to go out of the way to find these kind of places that are forgotten about and abandoned.
You could probably just go to Wostock or something in Alberta here.
I don't know. I haven't been to Wostock in a while. But I don't know if it's that bad. But yeah, so I like the environments. It really gave you that feel throughout. And just in Australia in general, like a lot of the cars are different, and like the helmets and the gear they have is stuff you don't normally see in here in North America. So it's a great vibe.
Yeah, it definitely feels more Australian. Even just the fact that they're driving on the other side of the road, on the other side of the vehicle, it definitely doesn't feel like an American movie.
It's alien without actually being alien. Right?
Yeah,
that thing. Sure. I'll take the lead on the bad.
Sure.
I'll say the plot felt really loose and not sufficiently solid and connected.
Yeah.
It was fast paced too. So all this stuff, really the courthouse thing just happened so quick. We're like, oh, okay, he was gonna be a bait. I know they do say it, but you don't even see them waiting or anything. Like the one time you see him sitting in there, basically 2 minutes later the guys show up and they're like, we're letting him go.
Yeah.
And Bubba's standing outside, so it's like, well, isn't that one of the guys you were trying to bait in? Why don't you go arrest Bubba then?
Yeah.
So it's really strange. Like a lot of stuff like that is just paced weird.
Mm-hmm. And my bad is actually the same idea. It was the plot. There was almost no plot. It was very, very thin, whatever plot there was, and it just felt like it was aimless. This movie didn't really have a direction that it was going. Things just sort of happened, and I didn't. There's some movies where it's okay. This movie, I felt like it needed a bit more of a plot to it in order for it to be.
It'd be better if it was a little bit more of a back and forth between the cops and the gang. Okay,
Yeah.
they took out Knight Rider, then the gang took out Goose, then the cops fight back with like a bigger attack. On
Yeah,
them, and then went back
a little
and
more
forth.
history between the two.
But it just kind of feels a little bit random, and the cops don't really care too much, and the gang got what they wanted apparently by getting Goose, because they don't specifically target Max. They just happened to run into his wife.
It is a shorter movie. Like I don't think it's even an hour and a half. So they could have maybe added a little bit of that, give you a little more story if they wanted to.
And then you want to lead with the ugly. Then.
My ugly is, it's like it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be something that just stands out. I thought it was odd. At one moment you hear a saxophone playing and you're thinking, oh, it's okay, it's just background music happening. No, and then it shows
I remember that.
Max in his house and his wife is playing the saxophone, like serenading him or something. Like, huh?
Yeah.
That is an odd thing to have in your movie, to have your wife playing a saxophone just out of the blue.
You don't see it very often. A woman playing a saxophone.
You don't. I know Lisa Simpson plays a saxophone.
Live action. I'm talking live action.
But you don't see a lot of people playing saxophone, period.
Yeah.
And for it to be like it was almost like a romantic moment between the two of them too. I was thinking, when I heard the music, I was thinking, oh, like Lethal Weapon, it's got Mel Gibson, saxophone, background music, and then you see her playing it. I was like, what the heck? This is out of the blue. It didn't make any sense to me.
She should have been playing didgeridoo.
Yeah, exactly.
So my ugly, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, just like the biker gang, they feel kind of like mentally disconnected and goofy for how violent they actually end up acting and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they just don't have the intimidation. Like, and I said I think this is a 70s kind of trope of movies, but it still bothers me nonetheless. Like when they're in the town, like they get off the bikes and they start goofing around, and like two of the bikers get together and they start like dancing in the street, like two male bikers.
Yeah.
And it's like these guys are they're weirding me out, not scaring me.
It's
not
like,
intimidating.
are they supposed to be on drugs or are they just being goofy? Like, I don't.
The drug thing never even comes up much. Like we know Johnny, but no one else is really.
You can assume maybe some of the other ones in the gang take drugs.
Did
whatever
you see
it is.
anyone even drinking? I don't remember anyone drinking.
Not really. No.
Like they licked an ice cream. That was
Yeah.
that's about it.
Rum butter. That's the problem. Too much rum.
Yeah. Butter rum, my favorite. We talked about the movie. We gave our good, bad, and the ugly. Now we like to look at what other people have thought of the movies. Like we'll have our own review. Don't worry.
Isn't the online reviews?
But we're gonna look at online reviews. Other people who aren't in the room with us right now. I typically look at the professional side of things with Metacritic, what guys have said on there, and Country Boy looks at the everyday Joe on Letterboxd.
Yeah, whoever wants to say something about this movie, they can say what they want about this movie.
Yeah. So I have three.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll go first. I tried to get stuff like good to bad, and it doesn't. I pick stuff that I also feel kind of, I think rings true to the movie. It's not necessarily like, oh, this is just the best one or the worst.
Yeah.
I feel like they actually knew what they were talking about. So, from The Guardian, Mad Max has always radiated an otherworldly vibe, a slightly sickly sensation that something at its core is fundamentally wrong. And yeah, this movie to me is that, like, this is society as a whole. Like, and you see like the people in there and the bikers, and even how the cops are so violent. Like the guy's got a gun and he's perving on them, and it's just like, and they crash, but they keep going. They ride right through the camper van, and like that's going to be another demerit or whatever the cops are getting. It's like a penalty, and it's just like the cops are really fucking, something's wrong with the cops too.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything in the society is going wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then from Time. I'll say The Guardian was a score of 90 out of 100. Time, with his instinct and craft, Miller has provided more autosuggestive violence on a $1 million budget than the Blues Brothers did with half the Chicago police force and $30 million. A score of 80 out of 100. And I really feel like that is kind of like the crux of Mad Max's series. It's this auto violence, like the car violence.
Yeah, it's definitely grounded in these movies. You need to have that car combat.
Like, yes, this is a revenge story, but like the theme of Mad Max in general is like a lot of road stuff. Like we got bikers, we got cars, and they're like there's a big moving truck at one point, that big piece of machinery, which I was wondering what the hell the point of that scene was. Watching a slow truck make him have to go around. It's strange.
There are a lot of winding roads in Australia. Is that your experience? Is all the winding roads?
I mean, more for the coast, but like you can find like straight roads, especially in the outback. It's just for miles straight.
Okay.
Finally, the New York Times: Mad Max is ugly and incoherent and aimed probably accurately at the most uncritical of moviegoers. Score of 40 out of 100.
Okay.
I think there is probably people who just like the violence and the crassness of like, you know, what happens, how people treat each other in these films.
Yeah.
Is it accurate? Is it aimed at them? I don't know if it's aimed at them. I think Miller has something to say for sure in this film. Maybe this is still his early stuff. It definitely feels like a student film. And I thought, you know, watching this movie again, that I would get a different experience, which is why I suggested it. No, it's pretty much the same feeling that these are like some film student, like college or high school. And he gets better. We know he gets better. Like Road Warriors leaps and bounds above this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But this definitely appeals to people who just, you know, you want to go to a demo derby. This is a movie that's basically that.
Yeah, exactly. The destruction and the rawness of everything. Absolutely. So, like you said, I like to do the online reviews of just random Joe Schmo down the road. This is from Letterboxd. That's where I get my reviews from. So this is a half-star review. Fucking embarrassing start to a great franchise. Acting, pacing, score, set design, etc. are all awful. The film should have known its budget and stuck within it. The central narrative only kicks in for the final 15 minutes, leaving no room for an in-depth character arc. The villains are campy as F. Which I kind of agree with a lot of what they said there. I mean, I wouldn't go to the extreme of how bad they think the movie is. But yeah, it is. Like, the last 15 minutes is where it really gets going. That's where you have the excitement of the movie. I
think you talk about the score, but I think... So, I don't know if you saw in the credits, the composer for the music on this, Brian May.
Who's Brian May? Do I know who Brian May is?
Oh, okay. So that's not Queen's Brian May.
Oh, okay.
I saw it. I was like, oh, Brian May from Queen? And
I would not have known Brian May's name from Queen, no.
And then I was like, oh, and I looked it up. It's like, no, it's not him. It's
okay.
Another guy was like, I thought I would get you on that.
I definitely don't know any of the other people from Queen other than Freddie Mercury. So you.
Okay, sorry.
Even if it was him, I would have been like, oh, over my head. So yeah, that guy's wrong. The composing is really well done because it's a guy from Queen. Then I'll go to another review here. This guy gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. A remarkable document of ingenuity and style. It takes Max nearly 75 minutes to go mad, and the whole time you're waiting and waiting and waiting until something terrible arrives. This one has a lot in common with Furiosa, maybe the most of any of the 5 films. I'm surprised he gave it a 4 out of 5 because it sounds like he was just waiting and waiting and waiting for the madness to happen.
I'm just trying to get the Furiosa connection.
I think because maybe you're waiting and waiting, waiting for her to lose her arm, maybe?
For her to really go on revenge too? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see the connection to what he was saying.
I'm trying to remember the guy's name from Furiosa, the bad guy. It was like...
Dementis?
Dementis,
yes. Dementis.
Yeah, maybe she's waiting for her to turn on Dementis. Maybe that's what she means, because that doesn't happen to me.
Maybe, yeah, it could be. It could be. I have no idea. I'm not sure where he was coming from. And then this last review I have is a 5-star review. Hot dog! That opening chase is just magnificent. I'll always have a soft spot for this one with how grounded it is, in comparison to how the sequels take the world in a much more grim, apocalyptic hellscape. Poor Jim Goose, he puts. I guess. I definitely appreciate the ones that came after it more than this one.
I guess I could say it's more grounded in reality, but it's because it's trying to take you to the next step in the further, like the future ones.
Yeah, those ones are definitely a lot more... fun, I guess, and they're not as realistic. The things that they do in it are totally out there, but I appreciate them for that.
Yeah,
like having the doof playing a freaking guitar that shoots planes. Unnecessary, but awesome.
So then, do you want to go into our reviews?
Yeah, let's go into our reviews for sure.
I'll go with mine. Like I said, the first time I watched it, I wasn't too impressed. I thought this feels like, you know, a fan film, or not a fan. I guess not a fan. A film student's kind of film.
Mm-hmm.
Like. Definitely an amateur, and I watch it again. I still feel the same way. Like I want to rank it higher, but it's really not that great. Mm-hmm. I could just barely give it a passing score, 5.5. I'm going to give it 5.5 out of 10. I feel like if you're interested enough in Mad Max, give it a watch. That's about all I can really say. Otherwise, like, I'm not gonna. Maybe if you're into cars too. Maybe if you really want to see the demolition side of that. Maybe that too. But the story is not.
Yeah.
Super great or anything.
Stories, yeah, it's there. It's not there actually. It's not really much of a story.
So unless you're just kind of like if you want to see it for other reasons, that's probably the best reason to see it. Mm-hmm. It's not. It's not altogether terrible. I wouldn't say it's terrible at all. Really, it's just lacking.
Yes.
Really lacking.
Yes, it's definitely lacking. It doesn't have the magic that the other movies have. I think that spark. And I kind of agree with you. When I watched it back in the day, the first time, like I said, it was before when Fury Road came out. I watched all of them, and it almost felt like I was getting through this movie in order to watch the other movies. I was like, I didn't like it. I like it more now than I did back then. I'll say I do like it a little bit more than I did. Like back then, I think I gave it like a failing grade. I probably gave it like a 4 or something if I had to remember what I reviewed it as back then. Now like I said, I kind of appreciate the cool car explode, the fights and the smashing and chases. And I appreciate that more. And even some of the overacting, I appreciate a little bit more. So I'm kind of with you. I give it a 5.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I give it 5.5.
I have to watch Thunderdome again and just see if. How I feel like I still think Beyond Thunderdome is better, but like how much better is it? I think it's because I don't remember loving that one. But
I definitely didn't love that one for sure. I would say it is better than this one from my memory of whatever
it's been a long time since I've seen that one.
11 years ago, I think it would have been since I've seen it. Which is your favorite part of the group?
Oh, Road Warrior.
Road Warrior. Yeah. Is that more so because of nostalgia reasons? Because you remember more than anything?
I just find like it did what Fury Road wanted to do, but at first, and like Fury Road just jumps into the car chase right from the get go. Like probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes in, you're on the road and you're just starting this chase. Whereas there's a little bit of build up with the characters. You get to know the people in society. In the Road Warrior, like the feral kid and stuff, like there's more of a community there. Whereas, I guess you learn a little bit about the women who are in Fury Road.
Fury Road, yeah.
But
yeah, they get to have their time.
And Max isn't even really a character.
He's more secondary to Fury Road, really, in that movie. Yes, I mean that would probably be my favorite if I had to choose is Fury Road, but very very much the same movie in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate this movie. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would from the first time I saw it.
And so this other pretty much pre-apocalyptic movie is rounding out our post-apocalypse month.
That's our January. We Apocalypse month.
Probably a little bit.
We'll have post-apocalyptic, but we're gonna cross out the post in the description.
I mean, I even went to like my Gemini AI and I asked, "Is this a post-apocalyptic movie?"
Yeah.
And it's like this is a pre-apocalypse movie. It's like, but it's like right on the verge, and even that would say it was like it's right on the cusp of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the month of January done.
Yeah.
Which means we gotta have a new topic for February.
What?
And I just thought, it'd be interesting is to see how a lot of these places get to an apocalypse kind of thing, which is usually war. So we're going to do a month of war.
Ooh.
So it's going to be films with the military theme to them, like battling and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we'll get our picks out when they come out. This is news to him.
Yeah, I didn't even know what we were doing next month till right now.
Yeah, it's my pick, so we're gonna discuss it between us, and February we'll have a couple of war-themed movies for you.
There's lots of movies that I can choose from. I got a lot of war movies that I like.
And where can we find you if they like you?
You can find me all over the place. Like I said, I'm on Letterboxd, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm a bunch of different places as countryboy_9 or countryboy9er, where I unbox a whole bunch of stuff on YouTube. Check out my channel.
And I'm on YouTube as well. I am the Lewis Lightning. That's all one word. I'm on YouTube with some older gameplay from like the PS3 era. Actually, I have some Super Mario Sunshine on there from the GameCube. You can check that out as well. And then you can find me on Twitch. Same thing, the Lewis Lightning, all one word. I play whatever's new on there. So I don't really have a firm schedule, but usually if you hang out there for like a week, you'll find a day I'm on there. And I'll be playing something new to me anyways. I got some Assassin's Creed Shadows that I could be playing still in a plastic wrap. Or maybe High on Life 2 if it's February, depending. Because that comes out, I think, that month.
Yeah, depends when you're watching this.
Yeah, so you can check all that out. And you can find both of us on another channel with our third amigo, Muskeg. The channel is called Wasted Opinions. That's 2 words. And that's kind of like a round table with the 3 of us where we kind of just shoot the shit on different things. Sometimes it's a game, like we'll do a draft. And we'll draft characters. Or we'll just have a list. We'll say like our favorite movies. And it could be anything. It could be movies. It could be video games. It could be TV shows. It could be wrestling. It could be music. It could be food. It could be, I don't know, aliens.
Literally.
We've done
a couple alien episodes, yes.
So you can check all that out. That's on YouTube as well. And until then, I guess we'll hit the road. This car is like, that whistle to it.
Yeah. That's the nitrous.
I can't do it so hard. Yeah.
Sweet. Take it to the max. On Mallard Matinee.
Yeah.
1 sec. Lindsay's texting me. Oh, nothing important. Okay.
Yes, welcome back to Mallard Matinee. We are talking about Mad Max.